There was a lot of pressure on because of the Olympics. You know, we all felt the pressure at different times. You know, that one really had nothing to do with each other. But the London Olympics, broadcast solely by the BBC, was a massive moment for the BBC, for all of us personally. And of course, there was a degree of pressure around that.
Now, let's go back to Flotilla Gate and how
I love the gate thing.
Well, you know, we're so lazy journalists. We put gate and everything.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a disaster, but wasn't it a bit of a disaster in the way that the BBC handled the aftermath of it?
Well, I wouldn't call it disaster. I think Lord Patton, our chairman, said it wasn't the BBC's finest hour, the pageant. I think that's true. I think the thing that I felt we let ourselves down a bit was the factual errors. The BBC shouldn't make factual errors, and there were a number on the day which we shouldn't do. On the other hand, I feel a little bit for the team on it. First of all, in the weather. Second of all, it was the same team who delivered the following night the Jubilee concert. That was produced for, organised, paid for by the BBC, and it was I think, one of the best live concerts we've seen in this country for many, many, many years. So I think the pageant day was definitely not our finest hour, but actually that team should deserve a bit of credit for what they did on other nights, some of which was absolutely world class.
Yeah, but what my point is that, yeah, the weather was really bad and you lost a hell of a lot of cameras, but the BBC is always so defensive about these things. Why not just come out and say, you know, why not just come out and say, well, look, you know, we had a problem.
Yeah, well, I think we did. I think there's a question of whether we said it soon enough. I think that's what you're getting at. But, you know, for the chairman of the trust to say it wasn't our finest hour, for me to agree with that, I think there's an acknowledgement of that in that. Whether we did it fast enough is an interesting question.